What a morning. We are very all in. The morning's almost all over. After me, you'll finally be able to go and get access to these new products. And how lucky are we to be here? I know from my end that I am such a lucky boy. This is very apparent to me. And I owe a lot of that to my parents. I'm so incredibly fortunate that when growing up, they deliberately chose not to shelter me from certain life truths. Because the truth is, life is hard. And there's a lot of things you're going to confront in life. And they had, due to this business, the means to prevent me from being exposed to that reality. But instead, they chose to expose me and teach me the lessons that, yeah, life is hard. It's full of disappointment. It's not fair. That you need to work hard, and you can do hard things. And so I'm so grateful for them choosing not to shelter me from those areas. But at the same time, I'm incredibly fortunate that they did shelter me from a lot of the chronic disease that we dealt with. Right? I grew up in the 90s, the early 2000s. This was the peak era of big food controlling the nutritional paradigm. Of that pyramid with grains on the bottom, that was gospel. And despite all of this, because of the knowledge that my father had by learning how to do this business, by teaching it to other people, and by my mom's passion for providing us whole foods that she would prepare at dinner and making us start our day with a grapefruit if we wanted to have anything after that. But all of these things made it so that it wasn't until I was 21 years old, living in Chiriquí, Panama, before I had my first real interaction with type 2 diabetes. It was completely foreign to me. And at the time, I was a missionary there, and I was renting a room in this lady's home who she had essentially sacrificed a lot of the freedom in her life to take care of her dad. He was an older gentleman who had already had, his diabetes had progressed so much that he'd already had both legs amputated at the knee. And so she was his full-time caretaker. And I loved this family. Nobody could clean a white shirt like she could. This was the very end of me spending 2 years in Panama, and my shirts were in bad condition until she got them and cleaned them right up. But I love them so much. And sometimes in the evening, she would ask us to help her lift her father from the bed onto the toilet so that she wouldn't have to clean him up and save herself and himself that chore. I hated that little act of service. Not because it was hard, not because I didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't care about any of that. I hated it because I hated to see the shame that he could not hide, knowing that he needed help with something so simple as going to the bathroom on a toilet instead of in a diaper. The saddest part is that that's not unique. Every day, hundreds of people in this country alone will undergo an amputation due to type 2 diabetes. More than 100 today, several hundred tomorrow, several hundred the day after that. And that's why we do what we do. Because people need to know that you can feel great. You can prevent that from happening. You can feel amazing. The sad thing is it's not that hard to do, right? We know that now. It's just providing the right tools, a little education, and a lot of support and accountability, and someone can transform the way they feel day in and day out and be playing with their grandkids, running, jumping with their grandkids, instead of having their kids and their grandkids taking care of them in that way. And so we are committed. As a company, we are all in to doing all we can to help you do this. And part of that is making our products even more easy to use, even more accessible to greater people, and having more options so that no one can give you lame excuses as to why they don't want to use it. So it's my incredible joy today that I get to announce 3 different upgrades, improvements, evolutions to the most popular product in the world. We'll start that off with the revealing of not one of the 10 flavors you tried yesterday. Those are great. There's some winners of Unimate. But today, you'll be able to access for the first time the new Unimate Raspberry Pomegranate. This is a good one. Let me tell you, this one is a good one. It has all of the amazing benefits of every Unimate we produced, 100% naturally flavored, 100% naturally sweetened. And one of the amazing things is when you use natural ingredients to flavor your product, some of those natural ingredients have their own amazing health benefits. And so in addition to all of the good that comes from any Unimate you drink, the amount of natural pomegranate extract that we use to flavor this provides additional claims of supporting health and vascular function, promotes cholesterol balance, and helps prevent against oxidative stress. I'm so excited for you to be able to get your hands on this. It's so good. It's great cold. You can have it kind of like a hibiscus tea if you drink it hot, but it's going to look great also in your diamond bottle. Now, I'm sure that none of you have ever dealt with people who are excited about doing Feel Great. It sounds great, and then they realize that there's some caffeine in yerba mate, and they're like, I don't know. I can't do it. I'm too sensitive to caffeine. That never happens. All right, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. But something that has happened to me quite often is that I'll have dinner around 5 or 6 p.m., and a little later, around 9, I'm feeling kind of peckish. You know, I want a little something. But I'm like, I'm fasting. If I eat, it's going to extend my fast. It's going to push that all out. I got to go to bed fasted. Wow, I'd love to have a Unimate, but I also want to fall asleep before 3 a.m. And so if that's ever happened to you, and you've had to choose between going to sleep or having a Unimate and feeling great at night, well, you never have to make that choice again. Because also available, our first decaffeinated Unimate, lemon Unimate, the flavor you love, with all of the good and almost none of the caffeine. Now, we already have a new patent pending on this process of eliminating the caffeine from the product while maintaining the chlorogenic acid, the theobromine, and all the mannose saponins above the levels that we demand. That's very hard to do, but we did it. So now, when someone asks you how much Unimate you drink each day, and you tell them 7 or 8 sometimes, they won't be like, oh, what's wrong with this person? Right now it's like, oh yeah. I mean, one of those is decaf, and the other ones are normal. Just kidding. Maybe more than one. But this is going to be an amazing tool. And it tastes amazing. I think it tastes a little bit better than the normal lemon, but you'll be able to find out for yourself in just a little bit. Because these products, along with Signal and all the amazing swag you've seen, is available right now. And so it'll be available as you walk out. You have the QR code there. You have it on the back of your tickets. We're going to be coming back after the break. There's lunch, right? At 2:30 is when we'll be starting the afternoon session. And you do not want to miss the afternoon session. Now,
aren't you forgetting something?
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Allie, for reminding me that we did forget one other thing. I said there's 3 announcements. Today only, not available anywhere else. You can have Unimate Raspberry Pomegranate ready to drink. I want to give a little context to this project. This was a fun side quest for the R&D team. We are probably the best in the world at providing high-quality nutraceutical supplements in a powdered form. I don't know that we're quite at the top of the game yet for the ready-to-drink. We're learning. And this is the first experiment. I think you'll crack one open. You'll be like, wait, where was this? It was a little more, just a little whisper. And so there's things we're learning about doing ready-to-drinks, but it is delicious. We have 3 styles of the cans. We're curious about which style you like most. They're all raspberry pomegranate flavor. They are all delicious. We have chilled ones ready for you at lunch. And so you'll be able to try one. You can bring them. I've been told that the cruise will allow you to bring 2 cases per room. And if you want to buy more than that, there's a FedEx over there. But at the end of the day, we want to make these products available to every single person around the world. And so we are working to create improvements across the board. There's a lot more that R&D is working on that will be coming out over the coming weeks and months and in future events. But thank you for an amazing morning. Thank you for what you do. And we'll see you back at 2:30.